That's one way to get it started. Well, hey everybody, welcome back. Today we got a fun little project. You might have just seen on my video where on the last day of duck season I was hunting with TJ.
Single right. Shoot him if you want.
Fork, get him. I'm like right over your head.
DJ.
Right behind you! I got it!
TJ.
No.
Oh my gosh. This is old. Are you kidding me?
Shot this really old looking band. It's got a couple numbers, really just one in particular that I don't think we're going to be able to see no matter what we do other than etch it. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to acid etch a band. Now, just a little bit of backstory with this. The reason this works and the reason you're able to expose numbers with this acid is because when bands are made, they aren't etched, they're actually stamped. So the more dense metal underneath where the numbers have been stamped will retain its shape better as the acid slowly eats away some of the outer softer layers of aluminum. So that's the goal today. Basically, we've got this muriatic acid which is used for cleaning pools. We're going to dilute it with a little bit of water and that's going to help neutralize it a little bit. I also have this baking soda which is to just totally neutralize everything. So the whole process, basically, we're going to take this duck band, we're going to stick it in the water muriatic acid mix, and we're going to let it sit for 30 to 45 seconds, take it out, put it in the water, neutralize it briefly, then look and see if this number shows up. And we're just going to slowly repeat that process over and over until we end up with a legible number, so I can go ahead and report this band and not only get the information that I'm curious about and wondering where it was from and how old it is, but also to help give the biologists some good, credible information, because especially on these older birds, some of this knowledge is pretty special. You think about it, it's funny, for that small of a piece of aluminum, how much time and money went into attaching this onto something, and how many how many hundreds of thousands of ducks it happened to at that same year and all over the world. It's just really a neat thing. And a lot of you who know me know that for the bands, yeah, they're super cool and they're fun to collect, but the biggest thing is the story behind it. And I don't just mean the story of the hunt and the memory that will always live on through it, which is the reason I keep bands and the reason most people keep bands, but also the story of that duck, wondering where it's from and figuring out what his past was like. So with all that said, let's go ahead, we'll get started here. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to pour this water into the acid, and like I said, it's going to be a little bit, oh, doesn't pour very well there. There we go. There's a nice little mix. Now another key here, we're in gloves, all right? Obviously, working with acid, probably ought to be careful. And I also need to be conscientious of not only the band and making sure that we neutralize it, but the tweezers as well. Anything you put in this acid is slowly going to be eaten away, and that's why I have this baking soda here, just in case something comes up. I need to neutralize it. I spill it on myself. I've got something that's going to stop that burning, all right? So, tell you what, I'm a little bit nervous. I've never actually done this before, and I am so, man, I just love the character that these old worn bands have, and man, if I end up wrecking this thing, you see me with a replica duck band on my lanyard, you'll understand why. All right, here we go. So stick that in the acid. All right. Good. It's starting to bubble, starting to fizz. That's what we're looking for. All right. Take that, take it right into the water, neutralize it, dry it off, and we'll see. I don't see anything just yet. All right, so back into the acid it goes for another dip. All right, go ahead and see how we're doing after this one. So I'm starting to see some progress made and some change in the metal. Still can't quite make out a number yet. So looks like we're going to go back in for another bath. All right. All right, take a look. I think I'm starting to see the beginning of it. I'm not sure, but I think it's going to be a 4. Anyway, we're making progress. We'll keep going. All right. Oh, I think I was wrong. Starting to get it there, and I am 90% sure that's going to be a 0, and there's another digit starting to show up on the back. I thought there was going to be one more that I was missing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, yep. So I'm waiting for that 5th one. So I'm 95% sure I got a 0 right here. And then we'll see what this one ends up being. Whew, this is fun. It's super exciting watching this happen and seeing all these little bubbles do their magic. Pretty cool. Starting to do some shorter baths on it here. I think we're getting somewhere. So we've got, pretty sure it's going to be a 0, and it looks like a 1 at the end of this. So we're definitely making some progress. This is so stinging cool. I'm watching this acid chew away at this super special little piece of aluminum, and I look at it and I'm anxious because I know I can't fix it. And you know that I've been reading through the Bible and trying to read the whole thing this year as our ton of people in my church and small group and that kind of thing. But I've been in Leviticus lately, which is all about rules, and it's all about sacrifices, and you must do this, and specific ways that your sacrifices need to be burned and stored, and what can be used and what can't be used. And it's amazing looking at that, and it feels very similar to this and that old covenant law that was basically impossible to follow. As a human, you just can't do things perfectly. And that's why I am so grateful for the new covenant that we have through Jesus, and that no matter our mistakes, no matter how badly we mess things up, no matter how burned we are and how much we've been eaten away at by this world and by sin and by our own choices, all of that can be erased. And all you have to do is accept Christ as your Lord and Savior, and all of that can be erased. I wish etching bands was that easy, but it really is. So just thinking about that and watching this and how it's burning and how it's being changed, and man, it just kind of hit me. So keep that in mind. Pretty cool that we can do that. I wish I had a reset button for this band, because I'd be a whole lot less nervous right now. But by the same token, I'm able to walk through life confidently because I know that I'm saved. And while it's not a token to go out and sin freely and do whatever you want, it is an understanding that if you take the right steps and you live your life right and accept Christ as your Savior, that you will be forgiven. All right, let's see how we're doing. Based on how much progress we've made in the last couple, I'm optimistic that we're just about there. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, this is so cool. Yeah, so I've definitely got it. That one was a 0, and that one is a 1. What do you know? So cool. So that probably took 20-25 minutes of going back and forth and dipping, but I'll tell you what, this is not that tough of a process. So now that we've got this, let's go ahead and let's get that data for this band. All right, so now you can see those numbers are still nice and visible. That one we couldn't see, that 0 wasn't visible before. We'll go all the way around. You couldn't even tell that there was another digit there other than just knowing that's how many numbers a band has. So that 1 and that 0 were the ones that are making all the difference here. So we're going to go ahead and call this in. My absolute favorite website to view. Good old report band.gov. All right, continue. I am the finder. Continue. Federal metal band. There we go. Prefix and suffix. 2117 01 051 01051. Do I know the species? I sure do. Let's go with mallard. How was it obtained? Shot during hunting. Condition of the band, Removed from bird. Condition of the bird is dead. Date of the encounter. Yesterday. Okay, comments. Now, in the comments section, I'm going to go ahead and let them know that we acid etched the band. Country of the encounter. State. Colorado. I could go to there. First name Forrest. Carpenter. Address. Would I like to receive a certificate? Come on. Really? Do you even know me? Continue. Alright. Time to double check. 2117 010 51. Send to Bird Banding Laboratories. Drum roll, please. My guess is Alberta in 2017. Here we go. Banded August of 2015. Hatched in 2014 or earlier, so that bird's at least 10 years old. Near Fort Providence, Northwest Territories? What? Are you freaking kidding me? Wow. This little guy has made some cool journeys. Oh my goodness. Northwest Territories. Wow. I mean, I've got a lot of really cool bands and a lot of cool stories along with it, but that is, man, I get chills. That's wild. Makes it feel even more like that was a gift from God and a gift from Mike. And I will cherish this one for a very, very long time. Clean this up just a little bit here. Make sure that it's not going to keep eating away. But, wow. Holy cow. What a deal. Well, that is about the perfect cap to yesterday's hunt. I talked about how special it was. The band obviously makes for a memory, but to find out that it came from that far away and that long ago just really, really drives it home. And I know that God was with me because God's always with us. But it really felt like Mike was with us as well. And that was super special. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you drop a like and any comments down below. I want to hear about the bands that you've gotten, that you've had to etch, or that you've sent out and had etched. Tell me about your oldest band. And then make sure, it really helps me out if you subscribe and then turn on the alerts and keep watching these videos so I can keep making more of them in the future. Until next time, thanks for watching. I'm Forrest Carpenter. God bless.